Prime Wrestling officially sanctioned by the Ohio State Athletic Commission. Prime Wrestling contains material that may not be suitable for all audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast do not reflect those of SportsTime Ohio or its affiliates. The athletes featured in this program are trained professionals. Please do not try this at home. Viewer discretion is advised.
Every day I think of this, weigh it out and take my risk, waiting for the chance to say enough has been enough. What are you waiting for? Turn it up, I said. Fungus Spider-Man, every time I hear it, so play it when I'm dead. And my funeral, so I do it in the afterlife. In the afterlife.
This is Prime TV, and that's an interesting sign. Joe Dombrowski, Aaron McGuire.
Wait.
We are on the air for a jam-packed hour. Once again, our main event. It's a rematch of Wrestlelution number 5. Jimmy Jacobs and Johnny Gargano. One-on-one. In addition, Ricky, Shane, Page, and Gory will do battle in a matchup of Megalomaniacs versus Dead Wrestling Society. The Sons of Michigan are here as well. They come the Handicapped heroes, Gregory and Zach Gowen, who will start things out with the TV champion right now to Pedro DeLuca for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is scheduled for one fall. It's being brought to you by Noise and Toys, and it's for the Prime Wrestling Television Championship.
Oh, yeah. Joe, you should be getting up on your feet right now.
I would rather not.
Here's a champion of champions. 2 champions, really, because Marty Bell is the women's Dominican champion over in her homeland of Dominica Republica. And Matt Justice is the television champion here in Prime Wrestling.
Oh, hi,
whoa,
Marty.
Whoa. Look at that, a handshake. I get a handshake, Joe. He waves at you because he doesn't want to. Oh, my gosh, Joe. Do you know what happened? Oh, look out. Joe's scared. I like when she makes you nervous, Joe. I got nervous.
I don't trust her.
Woo! Why wouldn't you trust Marty Bell? I mean, she's a
Company
woman.
she keeps.
She holds high standards, Joe.
Well, what a signing bonus she was for Matthew Justice.
That's right.
And she's paid dividends. Justice undefeated since aligning with Marty Bell, if I recall correctly.
And since aligning with the Megalomaniacs. Just been making some smart decisions as of late.
Young Aiden Vale, 21 years of age. Bit of a win streak in recent times. Knocked off Bobby Shields, defeated Nicky Valentino. Put himself into championship range. Although, Aaron McGuire, I think this is skeptical once again on the part of the Megalomaniacs. Aiden Vale's good. One day he'll be really, really good. However, is he good enough for this opportunity, or does Matt Justice want an easy challenge en route to being forced into facing M-Dog Matt Cross at Wrestlelution 6?
Oh, look at that. Matthew Justice. Joe, what do you think about Matthew Justice? Are you ready to say that he's the greatest TV champion we've ever had?
No, I'm not. He's only had it for a few months.
Longest reigning few months.
Also not true. But there is the prize, the prestigious television championship that Justice has had a stranglehold on for the past number of months. Bell sounds. Here we go.
You know what else is a prize? Marty Bell. Huh? Marty Bell. A prize.
Well, she's certainly...
Hey, Vale's got these sticks in his hand. I didn't know that was going to be... All right.
Those would be drumsticks. He is an avid drummer
Okay, this is
in a
wrestling.
rock band outside of the ring.
You know, if he wants to know all about rock bands, he should ask Matthew Justice. Matthew Justice knows everything about rock bands, the real rock bands.
Lifelong wrestling fan. Used to travel around to independent shows, sit in the front row, and dream about being in the ring one day.
Who, Aiden Vale
did young Aiden Vale.
Yeah. You know what the guys call him? Boys in the back, they call him a rat. That's what he used to do. He used to hang out at the shows. He used to try to meet wrestlers in the locker room afterwards.
That's not accurate.
See, and I didn't know that he was going to have a bandaged shoulder, or else maybe he shouldn't have taken this match. I thought maybe he had two bandaged shoulders, but now Matthew Justice has his work cut out for him.
Side headlock by Vale.
What was he, drumming too hard? Is that why he's got the shoulder contusion?
No, he's a professional wrestler, if you haven't noticed. Been dealing with on-again, off-again shoulder injuries for a number of months, but hey, he's got a lot of heart, not taking the time off. He's getting in there and fighting.
He walks to the beat of a different drummer.
Okay. I see what you did there. Aiden Vale with the moonsault. Standing style. Great agility on the youngster. This is an interesting test for Justice. Days before M-Dog 20 Matt Cross, Wrestlelution 6 on iPay-per-view. Coming up at PrimeWrestling.com. You can watch it live October 20th or watch unlimited replays. You can order it anytime, November, December, January, Aaron. You can watch Wrestlelution 6 at your leisure.
I would like to, because I want to see Matthew Justice in there defending his championship.
Against Matt Cross? That's what you want to see?
Well, no, I don't. It doesn't. I mean, that could be a non-title match.
Let's see.
You know what? I'm getting real sick of people making comparisons to Aiden Vale to Matthew Justice. Okay? They're not similar. You know, maybe Matthew Justice looked like Aiden Vale. Aiden Vale looked like Matthew Justice from years ago, but there's no comparison. Matthew Justice has always been my favorite athlete here in Prime Wrestling, and Aiden Vale is not my favorite athlete.
Well, I wouldn't expect Aiden Vale to be your favorite because he shows a lot of heart, courage. He's his own man, and he doesn't take bribes.
Yeah, that's if he wants to get ahead in this business, he's going to have to learn it. He has to change all that.
Well, he's done a good job so far. He's in the ring with Matt Justice, who, as much as I don't agree with his career path at all this year, I have to admit is among the best Prime wrestlers going.
Ever.
Maybe so. In his mind,
In a lot of people's minds.
Matt Justice thinks that he was always as good as Johnny Gargano, as Matt Cross. He was always on that level, but was just never given the chance to prove it. I'm not sure if that's the case, but let's not live in the past. Here in the now, Matt Justice is getting the job done, although, of course, he has friends in high places.
He dedicated that to me. Yeah. You see that, Joe? He doesn't dedicate moves to you because he's friends with me. I have a friend, and his name is Matt Justice. He's a TV champion. You ever been to dinner with Matt Justice? and
No,
Marty
I have
Bell?
not been to dinner with Matt Justice. or
I
Marty
have.
Bell. Why does that not surprise me?
If you were to go to dinner with them, what would you order, Joe? I'm putting you on the spot.
I'd ask for the check.
Oh, you can go to dinner with me then. I like anybody that pays a check. Uh-oh.
Face first, Vale lands hard on the outside. What have you told Matt Justice at
Oh,
dinner? Hey,
look at-
come on!
How lucky is Aiden Vale? How many men would pay good money to get stepped on by Marty Bell? You know, she could take her shoe off. Tony Atlas, you remember him? Top of Simba?
What does he have to do with this?
Well, I'm just saying, Joe, that some people are into that sort of thing. I wasn't until I met Marty Bell. Joe, you're getting me off on the wrong path here. I'm trying
You've
to
been
talk-
on the wrong path since we started in 2007.
Uh-oh. Look at, I like how Justice can wrestle on the outside of the ring, and then he wrestles inside the ring.
Really? That's your analysis? There's a
Oh.
cover.
And sometimes when he covers people, I like to watch that. What about Marty Bell? Joe, do you think that she is the first lady of Prime Wrestling?
Right now she is, but Sassy Steph takes exception to that. We saw them trade a couple of victories in recent weeks. Sassy Steph, she was here from day one in Prime Wrestling, doing battle with Ashley Lane, who went on to be Madison Rayne in another organization. So why can't Sassy Steph be the long-standing first lady of Prime?
Well, because she's not a megalomaniac,
Oh.
and she's not dating Matthew Justice.
Justice pushes Aiden Vale off hard.
Yeah, Vale, he bit off more than he could chew in this match.
No, that's very possible, but again, I think it goes back to the matchmaking on the Megalomaniacs part. I think you guys had it out for this guy.
We were trying to get Aiden Vale some good publicity here. You know, I'm all about PR, Joe.
I
and
see.
you can buy my new Agent Aaron T-shirt.
Jack Hammer coming up, man. Amazing egg
there we
time.
go.
And Justice got the job done.
Here is your winner and still Prime Wrestling Television Champion, Matthew Justice.
Matthew Justice, he doesn't have a T-shirt. You know why? He doesn't need to wear one. Look at that man. Chiseled features. Reminds me of me in my day.
How chiseled is M-Dog Matt Cross? How focused is M-Dog Matt Cross? The man that broke a laptop over M-Dog's head that changed the direction of this company forever. It's Matthew Justice. M-Dog finally gets him in the ring, one-on-one for the TV title, Wrestlelution 6 on PrimeWrestling.com, iPay-per-view. Still to come, it's Jimmy Jacobs. And, Johnny Gargano, Wrestlelution 5 rematch, and Ricky Shane Page and Gory. But up next, Sons of Michigan, Handicapped Heroes.
Love to see young people in love.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. It's being brought to you by Pistol Truck Service.
Well, here's a team that's been laying low for a while, but trying to break that
Introducing
streak of bad
team
luck.
number one. They weigh in at a total combined weight of 470 pounds. Wrestling out of Big Blue, Detroit, Michigan. Here's the team of Big Bear, Benjamin Boone, and the amazing Nate Madsen. They are the Sons of Michigan.
Big Bear Benjamin Boone. Amazing Nate Madsen. Two more men, like Bobby Shields that we talked about a week ago, haven't had the most banner of career years. I think the best example of that is Benjamin Boone's loss to young Jay Flash.
Yeah, what happened there, Joe? I want to ask you this. What happened there? I mean, Flash, he pulled the trunks? Is that what it was? Did he hook the tights? Did he produce a foreign object out of his gym locker? What happened that let Jay Flash beat Benjamin Boone? Was it a fast count by the referee, Joe? Was it a slow count by the referee?
Jay Flash pinned him. That's the end of the story.
And their opponents.
Nate Madsen looking for the revenge over a man he manipulated a year ago, Zach Gowen, and Zach's
They
tag
weigh
team
in
partner,
at a total
Gregory.
combined weight of 334 pounds. Wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio, and Detroit, Michigan, respectively. Here's the team of the Handicapped hero, Gregory Iron, and the world's only one-legged wrestler, Zach Gowen. Together, they are the Handicapped Heroes.
Well, here's a team that people don't really like.
Zach Gowen and Gregory are the most inspirational tag team in professional wrestling. But man, did they get derailed by Marion Fontaine and Jeremy Madrox. They got completely blindsided and kicked out of the building. Gregory Iron forced to defend the tag team championships 2-on-1. Nowhere near fair.
Well, that's debatable, Joe. I mean, Gregory Iron, he's a champion. And Zach Gowen, if he wouldn't have done things that got him thrown out of the building, then he'd have been there for his partner.
Oh, like Vic needs justification to do whatever he does around here. It's Zach Gowen starting out with Big Bear Benjamin Boone. No question here where the size advantage lies. Suns may be looking for a big win to help out their home city's economy right now. Get that winner's share of the purse money.
Yeah, they may have to change their names. I mean, being a son of Michigan isn't really anything to be proud of these days.
Well, in the ring or out based on the recent losses. What's going through Ben Boone's mind after the Jay Flash loss twice in a singles match and a tag?
Oh, you know, that was bad times. I mean, that may have been worse than the city of Detroit filing for bankruptcy. Benjamin Boone, his career filed for bankruptcy at that point.
Well, certainly it was not what these gentlemen wanted.
But you know what? I like to look at the bright side, Joe. And not that there's much of a bright side in Michigan, but, that may have lit a fire on I don't know.
Well, miscue by Boone. Zach Gowen, undersized like a Jay Flash, but just like Flash, has that big heart.
And one leg. Just like Jay Flash.
No, that's not true.
He does. Well, he has another leg, too, but.
Zach Gowen.
Zach Gowen, I never really liked him, Joe.
Outs, why?
Well, he's not too nice of a guy.
That is incorrect. Maybe in his darker years, but Zach is one of the most pleasant individuals to be around for the past 3+ years. I have known the man. Overcome a lot of demons, personal problems, cancer.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about him.
That he's overcome his problems.
Right.
You like people that have problems.
Yes, you
Well.
gotta have problems.
Nate Matson in there with Gregory Iron now.
You know, that's real. People think it's a great story, the Handicapped Heroes, but it's too much sap, Joe. I mean, we're not a chick flick here. This is professional wrestling. This is Megalomaniacs. These are the Sons of Michigan in the ring. We like hard times. And the Sons, they're going through the hardest time of them all.
What time is that? Losing? Getting
Yeah.
beat by better guys?
Well, maybe not that they're better guys.
Nate Matson's still upset over the fact that Brian Castle beat him.
He's still upset over the fact that he lost the television title.
That was years ago. But Nate certainly is a very decorated former champion, TV champion, tag champion, WrestleRama champion. I believe the only man in the history of the company that's held 3 different championships.
Yeah, I like Nate Matson.
Greg Iron in control.
Greg Iron, he's somebody that makes me almost to the point where I want to vomit, Joe.
Why? I don't understand that. Gregory Iron just as inspirational as Zach Gowen.
Yeah, but I'm inspirational.
Living his dream in spite of cerebral palsy, in spite of multiple concussions. He keeps on fighting, keeps on struggling.
I keep living my life, and I had a cold last week, Joe.
Oh, come on. Springboard elbow, nicely done.
I'm not talking at schools and getting magazines.
About having a cold.
Well, I think it'd be very inspirational. A lot of children have colds, Joe. Germs affect all schools.
Tag to the tenacious one-legged wonder, Zach Gowen. And what about the news we heard a week ago? Marion Fontaine, Jeremy Madrox defending the tag titles 2-on-2 against Gowen and Iron. And man, that commissionership, that'll be at stake as well because that's part of the best of 3 series. Megalomaniacs versus the Prime Foundation.
Well, Joe, I'm a little concerned, but not for the Megalomaniacs. I mean, we got it in a bag. We'll sweep that series.
Iron with a senton, and Gowen takes down Boone for good measure. Double team coming up. Could be going for the moonsault.
Joe, will you be bringing your broom?
Zach's specialty about Boone sends Gowen down hard across that ring cable.
Look at Boone. Uh-oh.
On a night where we'll see Jacobs and Gargano, a night where we'll see, oh man,
Uh-oh.
Iron gonna fly here. We'll see Gory and Ricky Shane Page, but Iron got caught.
Yeah, that's the experience, that veteran nature of Nate Matson, the amazing Nate Matson.
And he certainly lived up to it. It was amazing when Nate Matson manipulated Zach Gowen a year ago, convinced Zach that Gregory Iron was not his friend, that he was against him, that Greg was hogging the spotlight, not for his own glory. But man, Greg had to earn the respect of Zach all over again. He certainly did. Zach saw the light of his ways before long, and the Handicapped Heroes were unstoppable until the Megalomaniacs came on the scene.
That's right, everybody's unstoppable until they run into a roadblock known as the Megalomaniacs. Oh, my.
Delayed suplex. Nicely done. Gonna do it here, no.
Well, see, everything, the economy would pick up right now in Michigan if the Suns in Michigan picked up a victory over the Handicapped Heroes.
How is that gonna happen? Was everybody gonna go to Tim Hortons to celebrate? What are you talking about?
They're not in Canada. Uh-oh. Here we go. There's the pinfall we were looking for.
It's a rapidly expanding chain, but never mind. Nate Matson gets a near fall on Greg Iron. How does this change the dynamic of the tag team scene if the Sons of Michigan get a victory?
Well, the Sons of Michigan obviously would have to step aside if they were to get a championship match against the Megalomaniacs. And that would be the right thing to do for all of Michigan and professional wrestling.
I see.
Some parts of Mexico.
What?
Yeah. Now look at that. Oh, yeah, they made a wishbone with Gregory Iron. Can't do that move with Zach Gowen. See, and that's why I think it should be illegal for Zach Gowen to be in our great sport of professional wrestling.
What? Well, nothing illegal about the Wrestlelution 6 card thus far. We found out a week ago Crimson will defend the Prime Championship against the man he ran out of this company, the Man-Beast Rhino. We talked about the TV Championship, Justice and Cross, certainly the Tag Championship, where Iron and Gowen will challenge Jeremy Madrox and Marion Fontaine, Ricky Shane Page and Bobby Beverly. Man, what a vicious beating Beverly sustained. We'll talk about that during Ricky Shane Page's matchup. Beverly receiving 6 stitches, I believe, in his lip as a result of the violence perpetrated by Ricky Shane Page. We're going to announce some more matchups this hour.
That was uncomfortable, Joe. I don't know why you didn't get out there and do something. I was trying to calm Ricky down.
I've had my history with Ricky, thank you.
I told you he's a dangerous man.
Fireman's carry slam to a no.
I mean, he wasn't even listening to me.
Well, that's what I warned you about in the first place, isn't it?
I don't believe you ever said that, Joe.
Oh, I told you this guy was unstable, didn't belong in a professional working environment.
You know, that was after the throat damage done from that mandible claw by Crimson.
Nobody home in the corner.
Uh-oh. No. Will they make it? Ah, there we go, that leadership. That ring generalmanship by one Nate Matson. Nate Matson, he's from Detroit.
And Gowen tripping up Matson. Can Greg get the tag? Zach Gowen in.
Oh, no. Look out.
Low bridge, boom, the big man to the outside. And Gowen springs in with one leg, House of Fire here. One-legged wonder unloads. Man, what a phenomenon Zach Gowen is. You can never get tired of seeing this. Nate Matson face first.
I'm tired of seeing him.
We got a cover to a no.
I'm tired of seeing him try to interfere in my personal business. I mean, not my personal business, but the Megalomaniacs'
Nah, you got it right.
I mean, there's a takeover happening here at Prime Wrestling, and he aligns himself Prime Foundation.
And boom, miscue with Matson.
Oh, no.
And there's Iron. There's Gowen. Handicap parking.
Wait.
And Gowen going for the moonsault.
Oh, no, this is
Up
impressive.
top. Got him. Cover. 2. Got him.
Here are your winners, the Handicapped Heroes.
And they're ready for Fontaine. They're ready for Madrox, Aaron McGuire.
Non-title affair, right?
Absolutely not.
No!
Tag titles at stake.
Darn it.
Wrestlelution 6 on PrimeWrestling.com. iPay-per-view. Watch it, unlimited replays, $14.99. Iron and Gowen could be on their way back to the top, ladies and gentlemen. Still to come, Johnny Gargano and Jimmy Jacobs. Wrestlelution 5 rematch up next. It's Ricky Shane Page and Gory.
The following singles contest is scheduled for one fall and is being brought to you by Aeromet Recycling.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm very worried about this after seeing what happened last week.
Oh, boy. You know, what happened It's all Justin LeBar's fault.
It's your fault for letting this guy in here.
Introducing first. He
Unattended
weighs
to.
in at 280 pounds, wrestling out of Sandusky, Ohio, representing the Megalomaniacs. Here is Ricky Shane Page.
And of course, the commission's here.
Yeah, Commissioner T. The only person that could control Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah, where was he last week when we needed him? Convenient, wasn't it?
He happened to be doing some things, making some business moves, and Ricky came out on his own. You always got to watch out for him.
Doing some things.
I'm not saying that it was an intentional, something that was planned against Bobby Beverly. I don't know that it was some kind of brilliant scheme hatched by Commissioner T, perpetrated by Ricky Shane Page, the most dominant man in Prime Wrestling. I mean, are those things true? Sure, they might be true, but I'm just a journalist, and I'm just here to be fair. Commissioner T, long regarded as America's sweetheart,
What?
a socialite, if you will, the
And his
tastemaker.
opponent. He weighs in at 175 pounds, from the Broken Mirror, representing the Dead Wrestling Society, Gory!
Crimson's sick minion, former television champion, had his problems with a whole host of people lately. Megalomaniacs, Prime Foundation, Facade, Louis Lyndon, Jimmy Jacobs. Gory doesn't like anybody.
Nobody likes Gory.
Gory likes pain. All about infecting the world.
Well, you know what? He's going to get his wish here against Ricky Shane Page. Ricky Shane Page brings a lot of people a lot of pain. I mean,
Oh my God, we got company.
A friend of mine. Well, here,
This is the zombie princess Jimmy Jacobs, quite obviously. Not that you can mistake him for anybody else. As the bell sounds, we are underway with Gory and Ricky Shane Page one-on-one. Zombie princess, what brings you out to this table?
Well, certainly I have an invested interest in this. Gory had some sort of problem with me beating up Facade after their competition, if you call it that, at our last event.
Yes. Well, I think Gory takes exception to the fact that you got involved in his business. Gory and Facade have a long-standing rivalry, goes back a couple of years. You have an issue with Facade stemming back from your matchup with Louis Lyndon, and Gory has always been a loner, with the exception of Crimson on the Dead Wrestling Society. He goes to the beat of his own drum, and I don't think he took too kindly to you kind of infringing in what he would think is his territory.
Oh yes, he's a loner except for the Dead Wrestling Society. Ricky Shane Page is a loner except for the Megalomaniacs. Facade is a loner except for his little ninja squad. See, I'm the only man here that stands alone on my own 2 feet. So if I want to beat up Facade, if I want to beat up Gory, Joe, if I want to beat you up, nobody's going to stop me. Nobody plays dirtier than me.
I
And I have a
understand that.
history of that.
I understand that, and I've certainly felt very similar situations out here before. We don't need to go into that. Gory with great agility, regardless of your personal opinion of him. And Gory comes down with a double stomp, nicely done. Dead Wrestling Society versus Megalomaniac. We've seen Ricky Shane Page contend for the Prime Championship against Crimson a number of times recently. Some of the most out-of-control wars I can recall, but may pale in comparison to Crimson and Rhino on iPay-per-view, Wrestlelution 6 on PrimeWrestling.com. Now, Jimmy Jacobs, you talked about wanting to beat up Gory, wanting to beat up Facade, wanting to beat up Louis Lyndon. Is this an official challenge?
I don't make challenges. People make challenges to me. See, I'm a guy with a target on me because everybody in this company knows the reputation I have all around the world. You talk about this guy being a contender for the Prime Championship. I was the Prime Champion, and watch this man. Woo.
High elevation by Gory, great rotation. Gory's so great at using his body weight, as an offensive weapon. But Jacobs, certainly you make a tremendous point. You turn this entire company upside down. You kick Johnny Gargano out of his own home practically, and you abolished sex appeal with the infighting your manipulation caused.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't need sex appeal behind me to cause some mayhem and cause some chaos. As we watch Ricky Shang Page take it to your friend Gory.
He's not my friend, I'll tell you that right now.
No, he ain't my friend either.
Well, that's why you two have a problem. I don't think Gory will take too kindly if he notices you out here once again infringing on his territory.
I don't care who takes kindly to me. Kind and Jimmy Jacobs are two words that don't really coincide very well, do they, Joe?
I would say that would be accurate, yes. Well, what do you have to say about, as Ricky, great bridge on the cover, what do you have to say about your matchup with Louis Lyndon? You've met him a couple of times on this program. What do you make of Louis Lyndon as a competitor?
Of course Louis Lyndon is talented. Of course he's a great competitor. Of course he's some sort of ninja, him and Facade.
Master of capoeira.
Sure, that you can call it crapoeira, whatever you want. I beat people up, Joe. That's what I do for a living. That's why people pay me.
Well, I think these two men, although they make a healthy living of it as well, they also do it for fun. They do it because they enjoy it. That's the only time, really, you see a smile on either of these men's faces is when they're inflicting damage.
See, that's the thing. You think these guys are so crazy, and that's what makes them dangerous, is they're crazy and they're unpredictable. You know what makes somebody dangerous?
What's that?
Doing all the vile, disgusting things I've done in a very calculated way. That's dangerous.
That is too. You are certainly one of the most cunning and calculated athletes we have ever seen here as the commissioner. How is that just behavior for a commissioner? His job will be on the line at Wrestlelution 6, that best-of-3 series. Prime Foundation versus the Megalomaniacs. Ricky Shane Page just obliterating Bobby Beverly a week ago. Beverly, somebody you have history with. You know how tough he is, but Ricky Shane Page laid that man out. Good grief.
Jeez. Dropped him right on his dome. I can speak from experience. That don't feel good.
That's Ricky Shane Page in a nutshell right there. No absence of malice whatsoever involving Ricky Shane Page.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of that here in Prime Wrestling. A lot of people are showing no remorse, and yours truly is at the top of that list.
And Page noticed a weak point with the head and neck and isolates it, neutralizes it, and begins to grind and wear away, much as similar to how Ricky just was grinding away at the mouth, the lip, the jaw of Bobby Beverly a week ago. Gory trying to fight his way back up, create some distance here, try to move, but Ricky's such a big man to chop down.
Well, Gory's got to do a lot of chopping to get this big man down. He's got to put some force behind his shots, just like that one.
Jimmy, you can see how tough Gory is if you wind up facing this man at Wrestlelution. If that matchup gets signed, any combination of the three men we've talked about and yourself, how do you beat this man? How do you hurt a man that's become one with pain? What, cover in the ring? Can Gory get him here? 2 count.
Joe, I've been in the ring, and I've beaten some of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever step foot in the ring. I don't want to drop names here, but I've beaten guys like CM Punk and Eddie Guerrero and Daniel Bryanson. I've beat them all.
Ricky Shane Page countering Gory's pestilent submission choke. That controversial maneuver up around the nose and mouth. Page counters overhead release style. And there you see that unbelievable power.
Well, Gory sure is a sick guy. The way he suffocates people with that move, just smothering their mouth, cutting off the oxygen.
Something you can relate to, a bit of a sadistic side.
I have a sadistic side, but I have a calculated side. You understand that?
I absolutely do. Long blower, cover. Could be a mild upset here. Ricky Shane Page and Crimson. Wild title matchups. Crimson came up on the upper hand. Can Gory do the same?
It's things like this. You can't argue with the ref. I've never seen that work once in my career.
Count.
1, 2, no, it was a 3 count. Does that ever work? Watch the low blow there. I've seen that work a few times.
Gory countered the roaring elbow of Ricky Shane Page, now going for the QAS. Gory Oh no, counter into the elbow.
He knocked him
Drop,
out.
dropped right into it, nowhere to go. And Ricky
Here
victorious.
is your winner, Ricky Shane Page.
And that's in the future of Bobby Beverly on iPay-per-view-PrimeWrestling.com. This Ricky Shane Page is a sick man. Takes a lot to put down Gory. Jimmy Jacobs?
You know, Joe, it was nice talking to you, but I'm gonna go check on our friend Gory and see how he's doing, okay?
Okay, I'm not gonna stop you, my friend. Jimmy Jacobs exiting now. What is Jimmy Jacobs doing here? Gory is completely unconscious, dropped on his head, hit with the elbow. What an eerie scene this is. Come on now. Kiss of death from Jimmy Jacobs. When we come back, Jimmy Jacobs, Johnny Gargano, Wrestlelution 5 rematch. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Jacobs is awaiting the presence of Johnny Gargano, Wrestlelution 5 rematch. Let's go to Pedro DeLuca to get this thing underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following singles contest is scheduled for one fall and is being brought to you by U-Haul. Introducing first, already in the ring, he weighs in at 175 pounds, wrestling out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He is the Zombie Princess, Jimmy Jacobs!
And this is a revisitation of a classic rivalry, one for the ages.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 210 pounds, wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio. He is the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano!
Gargano was victimized for 18 months by Mystery Man in a ski mask. It turned out to be the Zombie Princess, Jimmy Jacobs. It turned out to be one of the most dangerous men in professional wrestling. Gargano had to fight to save his home, his livelihood, and regain the Prime Championship Jacobs captured. A year later, Gargano has much different stakes at hand. Hopefully, Aaron McGuire will stay away for the duration of this contest. This has nothing to do with the Megalomaniacs. It has everything to do with momentum. And I'm going to talk to Gargano at the conclusion of this matchup, get his thoughts on a couple of things. Because Gargano has some big news that he was told about thanks to the Megalomaniacs in that letter he received several weeks ago.
Pardon the interruption, Joe.
Aaron McGuire back with us. I was hoping you wouldn't say anything.
Well, I was attending to business backstage. You know I'm upper management.
How is business?
Business is good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Well, business is picking up in the ring right now. Wrestlelution main event Caliber War.
Last year's Wrestlelution main event, right?
That's absolutely true. Wrestlelution 5 for the Prime Championship. Gargano beat Jacobs in a hellacious war.
Before Wrestlelution 5, there was Wrestlelution 4.
That's why you're the best color guy going.
Uh-oh.
What do you make of what Jimmy Jacobs, the message he sent to Gory a moment ago before we went to break?
A vicious message.
He kissed him.
That's vicious, Joe.
Well, it's certainly very psychotic.
I mean, some could interpret that as the kiss of death.
Well, that's very true. That's how I read it. Jacobs challenging.
I mean,
Gory challenging Facade, challenging Lyndon, everybody.
Jimmy Jacobs is not a Frenchman. He doesn't go around just kissing everybody when he meets them or when he says hello. He meant that in a sadistic, dirty, despicable way. And that's why I like it.
Gargano with a chancery.
Hey, and how lucky are people right now being able to see Gargano and Jacobs? I voted against this match in the upper management board meeting. I said I didn't want to see it. I said I didn't want the people to see it. But here we are, Joe.
Why do you not want to see it?
Well, you know, Gargano isn't.
Johnny Gargano has a matchup at Wrestlelution 6 where if he does not win that matchup, he can never again challenge for the Prime Championship. To me, this seems like an attempt to soften Gargano up before that matchup. And we're going to reveal Gargano's opponent before we go off the air.
Well, I'm a big fan of this match taking place right now, and I've always said that this is one of the matches that should take place in front of the people here, all the primates of Prime Wrestling. So that's why I've always been a fan of this match and this match happening. What about Ricky Shane Page?
Boy, do you flip-flop easy. Ricky Shane Page got to deal with Bobby Beverly at Wrestlelution 6. Beverly, I believe, received 6 stitches after that assault last week.
And that's did you know the throat damage that happened there? The pharynx and the larynx? I mean, you would have thought Ricky Shane Page hit him with a ring bell, but no, he got him with a spike.
Well, more psychological warfare here between Jacobs and Gargano. Not surprising considering their history. Jacobs loves to get inside your head. He loves to be calculated.
That's a good way to be. I mean, he was the champion. He was a champion here in Prime Wrestling, Jimmy Jacobs was. And then Gargano, before he cheated and won it at last year's Wrestlelution.
What? How did he cheat? He used the camera, and there were no disqualifications.
Yeah, well.
We're going to do a body off right now, I guess.
Well, you're going to have a body off. I mean, I don't see Nikki Valentino in there. I don't see Commissioner T in there.
Oh, get out of here.
Where's the Bomb? Where's Fontaine? Where's Madrox, the
think
strongest wrestlers that ever proved to have been in existence?
Quit while you're ahead. I think the bomb's about to go off in this matchup here. Once these tempers flare, much as they have in the past, Gargano sends Jacobs down, shoulders trapped. Only a count of 2. Driving down with the legs.
Well,
all Gargano right now.
Gargano says he's all heart.
He is. Well, that's been his MO for his entire time here in Prime Wrestling.
Now, Jacobs, he's a zombie princess. I don't know that zombies have hearts. Do they?
What are you talking about?
Well, he's a zombie princess.
Yeah.
I mean, does he have?
Well, I think
Jacobs have a heart?
I think Jacobs has a heart, but it's quite blackened at this point.
Oh.
Very evil. Jacobs has no compassion. Look at the damage you did here last year.
Whoa, look at this.
Jacobs and Gargano into a slap fight.
I've never seen this, Joe. My 20 years in professional wrestling, I have never seen that.
And Gargano down with a Manhattan drop and a drop kick. Gargano focused here more so than ever because he knows he has to put it all on the line. Wrestlelution 6. Vic has wanted him out of the title picture, him being Gargano, ever since Vic rose to power. Keep in mind it was Vic's decision that led to the restart of the Crimson Gargano match at Pressure Rising that led to a new Prime Champion crowned.
Well, it was a good decision at the time. It was the first decision. You know, some people with authority, some people in that commissioner position, you know, they talk about doing things. Vic just does things. Commissioner T, he's a doer, not a talker and a thinker. gets things done. He's a mover and a shaker.
Is that so?
Well, you got to figure. I mean, who's he learning from? That's me. Uh-oh.
Jacobs with a choke. Blatant style. Jacobs has never been about style points, never been about making the job pretty. He just gets it done.
He wants to get it done here against Gargano.
Can you imagine a Prime Wrestling where Gargano cannot ever challenge for the Prime title again, let alone hold it?
Oh, imagine it. I've been dreaming of it for years, Joe.
Why? What is so bad about Gargano as our representative traveling the world representing us?
Well, for one, he's not a friend of mine. He doesn't have a mustache.
Yes, he does, actually. He has a mustache.
Does he?
There's a beard along with it, so it kind of maybe blends in.
Oh, well.
He got one over on you, didn't he?
Uh-oh.
Corner charge, nobody home into Gory kick. Jacobs to the outside.
Look out.
And Gargano with a pescado. All heart, all Johnny Gargano. And Jacobs in trouble.
I don't know if we're expecting this kind of action.
Well, doesn't surprise me. Keep in mind, their last matchup, Wrestlelution 5, McGuire went all over the building, threw tables off of balconies.
That was scary.
These men hate one another, absolutely despise one another. Look out, we're over here now.
You would think some of that tension would have eased by now
Not at
over
all.
the past year. Yeah.
Oh, it's only grown tenser. Gargano.
Joe Cole Jr. better hold on to his camera.
Oh, my God. Vicious impact. Man, is Gargano fired up or what? And he's firing up these people.
Well, you know, Johnny Gargano, people love him. I don't get it. I just don't get it,
What
Joe.
do you get?
Well, Johnny want everybody to be quiet so he could chop Jimmy Jacobs. I mean, how sadistic is that? Johnny Gargano, you know, he's a dirty player, Joe. I don't respect that about people.
He is only a dirty player when he stoops down to the level of his opponent and brings out the old Johnny Gargano, the ruthless Johnny Gargano, the merciless Johnny Gargano.
The Johnny Gargano I know and loved.
The Johnny Gargano we usually see at Wrestlelution, and the Johnny Gargano that's going to keep himself in title contention. Drop kick by Jacob.
Well, I'm glad that there's a stipulation. I mean, Johnny Gargano never challenging again.
Well, obviously you're glad. You certainly made that happen along with Commissioner T, as you would say.
Well, that's what he's called. That's his name. That's the man's name.
His name is Vic Travagliante.
Well, on his birth certificate, it says Commissioner T.
That is, how is that possible?
Vic Travagliante is his stage name, Joe.
Johnny Gargano's chest turning all sorts of different colors.
Yeah, he thinks he can chop hard. Well, what about Jimmy Jacobs?
Gargano's chest darker than the streak of Jimmy Jacobs' hair at this point. And Jacobs, you know, he's sending a message to the Gorys of the world, the Facades, the Lyndons. We understand matchmakers are looking to potentially have a four-way matchup with those athletes at Wrestlelution 6.
Oh.
Jimmy Jacobs, Gory, Facade, Louis Lyndon.
Now, I'm interested in that. I could watch that match. I could commentate that match, Joe.
Well, I hope so. You're booked.
Ooh. I'll take that as a confirmation. Uh-oh.
Plus Matthew Justice to defend the TV title against Matt Cross. Madrox and Fontaine versus Gowen and Iron.
Madrox and Fontaine, Gowen and Iron is not a wrestling match, though, right? I mean, they're doing
What?
They're doing either a weightlifting competition, deadlifts, or
They're professionally wrestling, if you must know.
well, how come I'm not warned of these things?
You were when LeBar came out here and announced it. Oh, nice suplex. How do you think Jacobs would match up mind game-wise with a guy like Gory?
You know what? And that's part of what's so intriguing about if you put those 4 individuals, if you put those 2 individuals against each other at Wrestlelution, and you had 2 others. Well, I think I'm going to sign that match, Joe.
Well, good luck on that one. Good luck talking to either of them, because I don't think any of them like you. Jacobs kicked you out, and Gory has a vendetta with anybody from the Megalomaniacs. Nice takedown by Jacobs.
What about Facade? Does he like me?
I somehow doubt that. You ever walk out in the parking lot, see any graffiti on your car?
What?
There's
I don't drive here. I make people drive me, Joe.
Oh, that sounds about
I have a limousine.
You make people drive your limousine.
That's right. I got a old limo service. You know, it's big pink limousine.
I see. What? Gargano is hurt. Jacobs is hurt. Jacobs is measuring Gargano. Gargano in the nick of time gets the foot up.
Oh, and the elbow. Gargano's keeping an eye. His peripheral's looking good.
Every Gargano match is a must-win situation for the whole shebang at this point with what he has on his plate.
Oh!
Sharp kick to the back of the head.
That was a little bit of that old Johnny Gargano right there.
Absolutely was.
Johnny Gargano's getting ready for Wrestlelution.
He turns it up like no other every single day that Wrestlelution comes around. Every single year.
You know, and he feeds off these people, and they're solidly behind him. That's despicable. That's like outside interference, Joe. How come the people don't ever cheer like that for Matt Justice or for the Bomb?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Nicky Valentino.
He's not even is he a member of the group now?
Well, no, but I'm not either.
What? Not sure if I'm buying into that line of logic. Jacobs trying to outquicken Gargano, nothing doing.
You know, these two are so evenly matched. That's part of the reason why they dislike each other so much.
And Jacobs sent to the outside, and look out, it's going to get crazy again.
I think we know what to prepare for here.
Gargano is feeling it.
Uh-oh.
Going to go high risk.
Yeah,
Nobody
Jacobs
home.
do. Whoa!
And a spear. We got to cover. We got to. Got to know.
So I'd like to take this time to congratulate Ricky Shane Page on beating up Bobby Beverly so badly.
Stop it. Well, Beverly's going to be ready for the fight of his life. PrimeWrestling.com, iPay-per-view. Order the event live or unlimited replays for only $14.99. That's a bargain. You get 3 hours of action, $15. Not going to see that with any other major wrestling pay-per-view.
Is Chris Van Vliet going to be there?
He will be there. I'll have a mystery partner, or mystery opponent for Nicky Valentino, I should say. Oh, Jacobs goes all out. Jawbreaker. Jacobs looking to finish this off here. No. Imagine if Gargano gets pinned on the road to Wrestlelution. What would that do?
Oh, boy. You know what? And go into Wrestlelution and have zero momentum at all? Jacobs, he's good.
Well, Gargano's been in that situation before thanks to this man, Jimmy Jacobs. Thanks to the Zombie Princess. Gargano is reeling. Jacobs going contra code. His specialty, Gargano knows it, counters. And now, into the guillotine choke. Jacobs looking to choke Johnny Gargano. Looking to seal the coffin here.
I doubt he's trying to choke him because chokes would be illegal. Jimmy Jacobs is above that.
Oh, of course. Gargano
Ooh.
with a thrust kick. And Jacobs counters with a spear. Amazing back and forth action.
This could be it. Whoa!
My God, how close can you be?
Oh. I gotta credit Gargano kicking out of that. That was the last split second, Joe.
And Jacobs, you got to be wondering, he's got to be wondering, what do you have to do to beat Gargano? I don't know if Jacobs ever beaten Gargano. Certainly not here he hasn't, except in tag action.
Joe, how are you ordering Wrestlelution?
I will be at Wrestlelution, actually. I will be working with you. We are coworkers.
Oh, they booked you too?
Yes, I will be there. I've been at all of them.
I'm ordering it. I want to see myself and
You're
hear
gonna-
myself.
Well, you
and
may,
the Megalomaniacs.
you may want to order the replay when you get home to find out what went wrong.
Yeah, when I might be looking for revenge.
You
against
don't
that
have a
Griffin.
good track record. If I remember correctly, you're about 1-4 at Wrestlelution.
Bringing up the past, Joe. We're talking about.
You did great at Wrestlelution 5. You did great at pressurizing. You got a streak going. I don't know. Oh, Jacobs. Gowen sent Tom, but Gargano gets the knees up.
We know what he likes here, right?
Yeah, that catapult, that lawn dart into the corner. Gargano cover, near fall.
Woo!
My gosh.
I'm starting to have flashbacks of Wrestlelution 5 here.
Yeah, no kidding. Nobody can be kept down.
Gargano's going to have to cheat again if he wants to win. He's going to have to cut a corner.
I don't know if that's how Gargano operates. I don't think so. Gargano and Jacobs. Man, they're giving us a clinic tonight. They're going the distance here. All for momentum leading into Wrestlelution. Number 6.
See, Jimmy Jacobs was smart there. He stayed outside of the ropes. He's got a hand on the ropes. He wants to make sure that he doesn't walk into anything that Johnny Gargano may be setting him up for, maybe waiting for. Oh, no. So Gargano goes out and gets him. Jacobs elbowing. No, I think he's going to get out of it. Wait. Oh, he wasn't expecting that.
Jacob to the top.
Oh, no.
That got caught with a spear.
Right on the apron.
And Jacobs is injured.
I think both are injured. That took everything out of Gargano. Jacobs, too.
Official administering the obligatory 10 count. Both men have had a lot taken out of them.
Well, Gargano could lose right here.
Gargano certainly could.
He's at 6. Nobody's. Well, Jacobs is up. 9.
And what? Well, Jacobs. Gargano going to count it out here. Must win for him. And Gargano back in.
Wow. Was he playing possum or?
Oh, God. The set time
Oh,
by
that's-
Jacobs. Cover. 2. Oh, my God. How close can you be?
Come on, Lemons.
My goodness.
Lemons was a slow counter.
What a war we are witnessing here.
What's it going to take? Huh, Joe? What's it going to take for one man to beat the other in this
I
match?
shudder to think.
I mean, they've countered each other. They've hit each other with their premier moves.
And with Wrestlelution 6 days away, these men are giving everything they have.
Uh-oh.
Contra code attempt again. Jacobs looking to walk the ropes and drop Gargano on his neck. He can't get the momentum. Gargano's hanging on, turning himself into dead weight.
Look at those headbutts. How many?
Up and down with the code, but Gargano able to free himself.
Jacobs on top of his game.
Now these men are just battling for pride, battling for bragging rights, reigniting an old war.
Well, that's what the road to Wrestlelution, prelude to Wrestlelution is all about. We're headed right into Wrestlelution, so we're looking back to go forward.
We absolutely are. Wrestlelution rematch has not disappointed.
I'm glad nobody thought of a Wrestlelution rematch with Raven versus Bane. That was embarrassing for some people, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was.
For Raven, right? Oh!
And Jacobs gets dropped.
Wow!
Uniquely you. Will this be the cover? 2. No.
Oh! Wait, he ain't done. It's quick to lock it
The
in.
Gargano escape. Will there be a tap out?
If anybody can escape, it's Jacobs.
And there's a tap out.
Here is your winner as a result of a submission, Johnny Gargano.
What a win for Gargano. Aaron McGuire, sum it up for us.
Gargano's got all the momentum going in to Wrestlelution now, but Jimmy Jacobs, he's going to be looking for revenge. So if a four-way match is signed, if I was the other three competitors, I'd look out. Wait a minute.
Johnny Gargano, an incredible battle against the zombie princess Jimmy Jacobs. Attentions turn to Wrestlelution 6 in this building, October 20th. Recently, at an event in Cleveland, Johnny, you were handed a letter. That letter was from Prime Management. It was from Commissioner Vick, from Aaron McGuire, and you were given a very harsh ultimatum that you know all too well at this point. You've thought about it for weeks. Your matchup here in this building, October 20th. You must win. If you are not victorious, you will never again wrestle for the Prime Championship. Furthermore, Vic and Aaron have hand-selected the opponent of Johnny Gargano on that night, and he's one of the best athletes in the world. A man who's been known the world over for Ring of Honor, for TNA, for WWE. Johnny Gargano, and an ultimate test of your athleticism, you go one-on-one with Paul London. This is not about wrestling. This is must-win for Johnny Gargano.
You want to talk about must win? Yeah, you're right, Joe. That is a must win for Johnny Gargano. And I heard your guys' reaction when he said the name Paul London. Because trust me, my whole career, I've looked up to guys like Paul London. Paul London has done it all in this business, and he paved the way for guys like me. I have nothing but respect for Paul London. But at Wrestlelution, we all know how grand I shine on that stage. Wrestlelution is my show. And sure, Paul London can come to my home promotion and it's going to be a hell of a match. But I guarantee you one thing, Paul London, we will steal the show and I will win.